In today's episode, we take you deep into one of the most intense and unforgiving battle zones of the Ukraine war. Far from the headlines and political speeches, the war on the Eastern Front has become a brutal struggle fought meter by meter inside vast trench systems carved into the earth. Here, Ukraine's Azov Elite Storm soldiers confront some of Russia's most entrenched defensive positions in close-quarters combat that pushes human endurance and battlefield skill to their limits. What you are about to see and hear is not speculation. It is a detailed look at how modern trench warfare shapes the fight for control across the front lines of eastern Ukraine. In the contested battlefields of eastern Ukraine, trench systems stretching for kilometers continue to define not only the physical landscape, but also the tempo, strategy, and overall brutality of ground combat. What was once open farmland and low rolling terrain has evolved into a dense maze of fortified positions, interconnected tunnels, firing chambers, dugouts, and choke points carved into the soil after months of grinding attrition. Within this environment, Ukraine's Azov Elite Storm soldiers play a pivotal role. Their missions often place them at the center of the fiercest engagements, operating in environments where visibility is restricted, mobility is limited, and every second carries life or death consequences. Their objective is precise yet demanding: penetrate Russian trench lines, dismantle hardened defensive structures, and secure narrow but vital segments of ground that have changed hands repeatedly. Preparation for each assault begins long before the first unit reaches the trench perimeter. Azov reconnaissance elements rely on a wide range of tools: thermal drones, radio intercepts, motion sensors, and aerial surveillance to map enemy firing lanes, observe patterns in Russian troop movements, and identify weak points in the defensive network. These intelligence reports shape every aspect of the assault plan, from the angle of approach to the timing of entry. Storm teams advance through shattered forests, broken industrial ruins, and cratered open terrain, maintaining strict communication discipline to avoid predictable paths that Russian artillery crews often pre-target. The advance is never reckless. It is slow, deliberate, and built upon precision. The moment the troops cross the trench edge, the nature of the battle transforms into close-quarters combat. Inside the trench network, the environment becomes claustrophobic and unpredictable. Russian defenders frequently occupy reinforced bunkers constructed from layers of timber, steel, sandbags, and debris designed to absorb shrapnel and conceal firing slits. Entry points are narrow, often angled to force attackers into exposed positions. In these conditions, milliseconds determine survival. Azov storm teams move in compact formations, clearing trench sections one at a time. Grenades, controlled bursts, and breaching charges become essential tools. Narrow passageways, blind corners, branching tunnels, and choke points create constant tactical uncertainty, requiring disciplined communication and flawless teamwork. The teams clear each section systematically to prevent defenders from regrouping or counterattacking from hidden positions deeper in the trench. Russian defensive doctrine heavily relies on layered kill zones, pre-registered artillery strikes, anti-personnel traps, and rapid small unit reinforcements dispersed through the trench branches to disrupt Ukrainian momentum. These defenses force attackers into numerous small engagements intended to grind down advancing units. Yet Azov storm teams have developed an ability to anticipate these patterns. Their tactics shift dynamically between silent infiltration, rapid breaching, and coordinated suppressive fire depending on the conditions of each trench segment. This flexibility allows them to overcome defensive layouts designed to resist attritional frontal assaults. Combat inside these trenches is continuous and unforgiving. Artillery impacts collapse trench walls, turn stable pathways into mud-filled hazards, and generate clouds of dust and debris that obscure vision. The atmosphere is filled with the concussive blasts of grenades, short bursts of rifle fire, and the distant but constant thunder of artillery radios deliver urgent warnings and coordination requests as teams navigate debris, broken equipment, and remnants of previous engagements. At times, the battlefield falls silent, but this quiet only intensifies the tension. Both sides often use these pauses to reposition, rearm, or prepare ambushes deep within the trenches. Visual evidence emerging from these sectors paints a stark, unfiltered picture of modern trench warfare. Waterlogged floors, destroyed bunkers, shattered trees, and abandoned weapons illustrate the scale of destruction. Despite these harsh conditions, Azov storm teams maintain discipline and cohesion, relying heavily on their training and battlefield experience. Their coordination under pressure highlights the importance of small unit leadership, tactical adaptability, and real-time decision-making in environments where traditional large-scale maneuver warfare is impossible. As the conflict evolves, both Ukrainian and Russian forces increasingly depend on decentralized mobile units capable of independently executing complex operations while supporting broader strategic objectives. Trench warfare has transformed the Eastern Front into a series of micro-battles. Quick flanking maneuvers, drone-guided strikes, close-quarter clearing operations, and rapid breaching actions executed under extreme pressure. This reality reflects a broader shift in modern warfare, where technology, intelligence, and unit cohesion often outweigh sheer numbers. For soldiers operating in these trenches, every decision carries immediate consequences. A single mistake can expose a squad to crossfire or halt an advance, while hesitation may allow defenders to regroup or counter-assault. Storm units must interpret information quickly, communicate with precision, and maintain trust in their fellow soldiers. These qualities have enabled the Azov Elite Storm soldiers to maintain momentum in several contested sectors and support Ukraine's larger objective of degrading Russian defenses, disrupting supply lines, and weakening entrenched positions. The physical and psychological toll of this type of warfare is immense. Soldiers endure constant exposure to harsh weather, limited rest, immense stress, and the relentless strain of close-quarters engagements. Yet despite these hardships, Azov storm teams continue to operate with resilience and professionalism. Their performance influences frontline dynamics and contributes significantly to Ukraine's broader effort to stabilize defensive lines and reclaim strategically important ground. As the war enters new phases and operational priorities shift, the role of specialized units like the Azov storm elements remains critical. Their ability to adapt, respond quickly to evolving threats, and execute demanding missions in extreme conditions will continue shaping the operational landscape. Their actions reflect the ongoing evolution of land warfare, where precision, speed, coordination, and adaptability determine success. For viewers who want reliable, detailed, and clearly presented analysis of major developments in the Ukraine war, staying informed is essential. To follow ongoing battlefield updates, strategic breakdowns, and expert analysis, make sure to follow Delta History for accurate, in-depth coverage of the conflict as it continues to unfold.